Do you know how powerful you are? You can shift, you can change any situation. You have to believe in this. I know you've heard this all the time in the manifesting community. Circumstances don't matter. Well, I'm going to talk about it. So you want to stick around and watch until the end because I will deconstruct what this means. And this will shift you. This will shift you into the state of being the person who has their desire. So you don't have to labor, so you don't have to effort, so you don't have to force. You step into the person who has it, who is it. Okay, welcome to Patty's World. I'm Patty. I am a transformational and manifestation coach, and we talk everything manifestation, mindset, and how to build and create and align with the life of your dreams because you're absolutely worthy. Here's the shift. You have to believe it within yourself. It all starts with you. Okay, so let's talk about it. Circumstances do not matter. What does that mean? Well, it means that at its core, at its essence, is that you can shift and change any situation. Remember, and I talk about this all the time, we only have the eternal, powerful now. Most of us are living in the past, repeating circumstances in our imagination, recreating emotions and feelings. We are in that state of what happened in the past, or we're worrying about the future, and we're operating from that state of worry and anxiousness and fear. And that's what we keep on aligning with. And if you wonder why you have a pattern, it is because of the state that you're operating in. You want to shift, you want to manifest, whether it's money, whether it's a relationship, whether it's health, whatever you want to manifest in your life. And manifestation is really just another word for creation. Whatever you want to create in your life, you first create it within. You create it in your mind. You create the state of the person who is it and who has it. And that is all self-concept work. And any techniques that you do, whether it's affirmations, whether it's scripting, whether it's meditating, all of them are about shifting you and the internal state that you operate from. That's what the techniques are for, to shift you into the person who has it, who is it, to create new beliefs and imprint new subconscious beliefs, to change your self dialogue, to change your internal conversations, to change and shift your self talk. So you're operating as the person who has it. You're operating from a self concept that is elevated, that is more empowered, and who gets everything they want. And how do we do that? We start telling ourselves new things. We start believing new things about ourselves. And from that place is when things show up. Remember, the world of the five senses, the world of the 3D. It's the shadow world. There's always a lag time. And what you think and imagine today, you will live through tomorrow. So any technique that you do, you're doing it because it's shifting you. It's bringing you to a state of peace, of having, of being. You're in an empowered and elevated state. Not the technique itself. You're not manifesting by doing. That's why when I hear someone say robotic affirmations, take robotic out of it. I like affirmations. For me, affirmations, number one, are to interrupt the pattern, but also to shift me back into the person of, I am it. I get everything I want. Everything always works out for me better than I expect. And from that place, I bring myself back into a state of empowerment and the woman who gets everything she wants, right? So whatever you're facing right now, you can shift that state by creating within yourself, releasing the old emotions that you have attached to that old story. We have to release and start letting go of that old version of us because it's the old version of us that created that state of the person who is fearful or dreading or feels like they're not going to get the money or the SP or the love or the situation. And instead, we first create it in our minds, in our imagination. We step into the state of the person who has it, who is it, and we trust in the unseen. We trust in the unseen and we believe and we assume that it's already ours with certainty. You have to be certain that you are getting what you want. Remember, we're always creating in our minds, whether you believe it or not. And I did a video on this on TikTok. You're always imagining and you're always creating. Just the way you use your imagination to create worst case scenarios, you're using your imagination to scare yourself and to live in fear and anxiety. The thing is, it feels normal to you because you've been operating out of the state for so long. You want to interrupt the pattern, begin to soothe yourself, that nervous system regulation, and then you can start imagining best case scenarios. If you can do worst case, you can do the opposite and imagine best case scenarios. What if everything works out for you? What if you get everything you want? What if everything works out better than you imagined? What if everything aligns? Because you're the woman who loves herself, who trusts herself, who is worthy, who validates herself. It doesn't need things in her external world to show her that she's worthy and deserving of the most amazing life, of the love, of the money, whatever she is, whatever you want to believe. You brainwash yourself by telling yourself new things, changing that internal dialogue. And that's where we do the techniques, whatever it is, visualizations, meditation, self hypnosis, sleep track affirmations, scripting, anything that brings you back into the state of having and being. And the more you operate from this state, the more you cement this new identity, this new concept of self, and you operate, you trust in the unseen, and before long, everything aligns for you. And this is the way you start to live your life. Because circumstances don't matter. Whatever you're facing, once you learn to operate and approach your life from this way, it is so empowering because then you'll realize, shoot, I can change and shift any situation. And it's like a muscle you strengthen. It's like going to the gym. It's like diet and exercise. But here we're exercising our mind and we're controlling our thoughts, our creative processes, our mind, our thoughts, and we're creating what we desire, what we say is true for us, what is true in our reality, because you create your own reality and you can shift the circumstance. And you create it first in your mind. You believe from that place. You operate from this place. It becomes your core belief, trusting in the unseen. Shout out to Kim Bellis. That's the line in the masterclass that she taught. Trusting in the unseen, that you are the person that gets everything they want. That's really what it is. That's really what it is. It's really simple. It just takes practice, I'm telling you. And once you get it, once you get that, I figured it out, it becomes second nature to you. And the more you practice this and the more you operate from this place, you will see your life transform before your eyes. So every day, this is a lifestyle change too. This is just not a one and done. You know, as I've been working with clients and I sit with people and they tell me, I'm like, are you meditating? Are you doing techniques? Are you bringing yourself and operating from the place of the person who has it, who is it, and they're not? Like if you're still operating from fear and lack and anxiety, you haven't shifted your internal state. Because the shift and the change, I promise you, it happens first within. You feel that shift within, and then you're no longer doubting. You're so certain that your belief and your assumption is what is showing up because you're operating as the new version of you, not the old versions of you that created whatever that unwanted circumstance, but the new version of you, the person who loves herself, who trusts herself, who is worthy, who makes a lot of money, who aligns with abundance, with wealth, with luxury, who is healthy, who's always thriving, who is happy, who is joyful. And you talk to yourself like this. Your self-talk should be reflecting this. I always get everything I want. I'm worthy. I'm deserving. I don't need anyone to validate me. I validate myself and I can change any situation. And everything is always working out for me and working out in my favor. No matter what I face, everything aligns and everything always ends up working out for me better than I expect. You operate from these core beliefs, it shifts everything for you. With looks too. Listen, I've been working on looks and health. It's a big one for me. And so I've been telling myself, I'm aging backwards. I'm aging backwards. I get younger and younger. I get healthier and healthier. I'm feeling better about myself. I love myself. I'm worthy. I love working out. I'm healthy. I get enough sleep. I take care of myself. So I'm constantly speaking love to myself. If you want to change looks, whatever you want to change and draw into your life, you have to step into the new identity, a new version of you as the person who is empowered and elevated, who has it. That means that your self-talk and your self-conversations have to reflect that version of you. So you speak to yourself like you love yourself, like you believe in yourself, like you trust yourself, empowered, with love, with kindness. Think about how you speak to someone that you love, that you encourage, that you're cheerleading on. You need to do that for yourself. That's really it. That is really it. And whatever circumstance you're in right now, you have the power to shift it. You have to ask yourself these three things. Okay. Number one, who would I be if I was the person who already had what they wanted? The money, the relationship, the love, the health. I would be operating from relief, from certainty, from security. My self-worth would be elevated. And I would be talking to myself this way. I would be operating and thinking and believing from this place. Create this new version, script her out if you have to, and then every day, as much as you can, think and act and believe and have faith from this place. And the more you operate from this place, you have to brainwash yourself, telling yourself over and over and over until it's so real and it's natural and it's your normal, it's the foundation of who you are. It is your normal state of operating. Then this new version of you, this is what you will align with. This is what you will resonate with. This is what you will attract into your life. You've elevated your concept of self. It's all tied to that. And the techniques are really, you're not doing techniques. It's not forcing or anything that you do. You do the techniques to shift you from within because we believe in create from within. So I believe in all techniques are good. Some people resonate and they're visual learners, some are auditory learners, some have to feel and see it. Whatever works for you, I think they all work differently, and whatever you're resonating with at the time, whatever shifts you into the state and you feel calm and peaceful and empowered and you feel good about yourself, those are the techniques you should be doing. I started with meditation to reprogram my mind. Sleep tracks work because you're in that theta brainwave. You don't have your conscious mind that's blocking any thoughts, and you just have the repetition constantly imprinting new thoughts and new beliefs in your mind. So I still do those. I script and I write because there is a hand mind body connection, and you're making a contract with the universe and with yourself. Patty is successful. Patty loves herself. Patty never abandons herself. Patty has wonderful clients that she loves, and her clients are getting amazing results. I script all of this. Patty has an incredible marriage. Her husband is an amazing person, and he treats her incredibly. Patty loves herself. And 80% of my scripting and my affirmations, 80% are about me, 20% are about my SP, but also the incredible relationship and that state that we have. And that is the way my SP shows up. So you want to script this way, affirm this way, believe this way, and I operate 100% constantly talking to myself in an empowered and elevated, from an empowered and elevated place, speaking love to myself always. So whatever circumstance you're facing, you want to know and believe in yourself that you can shift it and change it. You're not stuck. I don't believe in absolutes. You can shift and change anything. You have to first believe it within yourself and create it and imagine it in your mind. Go in your imagination and create a new reality. And then align your self concept where you think and believe and feel and assume from this place, and everything aligns. That's how it works, I promise you. And it's just something that we do over and over every day. It is a lifestyle change. It's not just one and done. Those are the shifts that you make. So, if you need extra help, I do have one-on-one coaching. I have a menu in my description and in my bio. I have a formula, a manifestation mastermind formula, and in there is everything. And you can walk yourself through it. I have it on sale right now for $55. Get it. It's self-paced. It has everything. And you'll also have access to me. So you can reach out to me as well. If you have email questions, and online coaching, you can ask me a question, and many other support things. And I'm creating a course and a membership community where you will have access to me in lives and will be able to talk to me and ask me questions and get one-on-ones with me as well. So I'm working on all that stuff, just a lot of good stuff. But if not, I have all this free content that you can watch here on TikTok, on Instagram. I'm continuously posting things because you're worthy. You have to believe it within yourself. I mean, I can guide you, but you're the alchemist. You're the powerful one. You just have to believe in your own power to shift and change any situation. When I finally believed in my own power, and convinced myself that I can shift and change any situation by changing what I believed and assumed about myself, it transformed everything for me. I promise you, that's how it works. So believe in yourself. You're absolutely worthy. Thank you for joining me, and we'll see you on the next one.